All right, guys, don't go anywhere because I'm so happy to invite another guest to the stage. It's actor Will Poulter. It's honestly such an honor to be interviewing him. I'm so happy. I've watched pretty much everything he's been in, except what he is here for is the premiere of A24's latest movie, Death of a Unicorn. I am so excited to watch that and to chat with him about it. So, Will, come on out. Hi. Great to meet you.
Hi.
So like I just said, you're here for the premiere of the movie Death of a Unicorn. I unfortunately could not make the premiere last night, but I'm very excited to watch it. I would love if you could share with the audience here what attracted you to that role in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, the title pretty much did it for me. I was like, wow, this kind of feels like a unicorn of a opportunity as well, you know. Such a fun script. So written, directed, and partly produced by Alex Schaffman's first time directing a feature. And, you know, for me, I'm a comedy nerd, and I love comedy so much. And, you know, as a sort of relatively young actor to be in a film like that with the likes of Richard E. Grant, you know, Téa Leoni, Paul Rudd, like that was such an incredible experience. And then, you know, also just as like more of like a peer, like Jenna, I'm such a huge fan of. And it's interesting, a lot of actors say this and they say like, oh, we really got on as a cast and we all had a really good time. Like we had such a blast on this one. Like I can't remember the last time I had this much fun with a cast ever. It was great, and all that fun energy that we kind of had on set as a group, I think kind of translates on screen too.
Well, can you bring us to the premiere last night? How was the audience reaction? Like anything like surprised you about when you're actually seeing people see the film for the first time?
First of all, I love Austin. Austin's like the best place. Honestly, it is the best. I understand the motto is keep Austin weird, right? Our movie's so fucking weird. So in a way, I feel like we brought it home. And maybe unicorns originate from Austin. I don't know. But people were so nice about it. Like to hear the crowd reaction. I mean, the Leopold family, which is the family like I belong in. So Richard E. Grant, Téa Leoni, and then me as their very like disappointing son. They as a family, like the Leopolds. They come up against the unicorn in some like interesting way, and they, without getting into spoiler territory, like they get what they deserve. And to hear the crowd reaction to that, like the like rapturous applause to these deplorable characters, was really great. So yeah.
Well, without spoiling anything, one thing that I've really admired from A24's films is there's usually like a deep message in it, right? It's not just like fun, you know, like and it makes you laugh and also makes you scream. So again, without spoiling, is there anything you can tell us about what the message is of the film?
Yeah, it's definitely like don't mess with Mother Nature for sure. I think a little bit more carefully about how we're treating animals and the environment to a degree. It's kind of like an eco horror in that respect, and it definitely takes some shots at, you know, uber privileged, hyper wealthy families. I'll leave that up to your imagination, Sacklers. But yeah, so and that was really fun, you know. And like Téa, Richard, and I have spoken a lot in the press recently about how like it's really fun to kind of like not judge your characters at all, so you can play them with this like complete lack of self-awareness, totally devoid of any empathy, and then you offer them up to the audience to judge, and then kind of the audience can kind of enjoy sort of their comeuppance.
One thing you mentioned about earlier, obviously this film is like a comedy horror, right? And I know you've been in other films that also like blend different genres. So I would say like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? That's like action, but also your character is really comedic. I'm wondering, as a actor, how do you balance those different genres, not make them lean one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky. I work with WME. And with them, I've had the opportunity to, you know, explore a range of different things. And I've been really lucky to do some drama and some comedy, and then some things that kind of meld, you know, the two. And I mean, Death of a Unicorn is a kind of like ice cream sandwich of a movie, you know, with sprinkles. It's completely nuts, and it's like, and that was really fun, you know. And that I'm doing like a lot more comedy, and then, you know, with something like Warfare, which comes out a little bit later and is also A24. It's drama, and I love the opportunity to go between the two, and you know, I'm really grateful that there's like variety in what I do for a living. It keeps it interesting for me as well. And then the things that mash them together are great. Like, you know, I'm trying to think, but like, yeah, Guardians, you know, what James Gunn did with that film, and yeah, bringing so much humor to the superhero genre, I think was really cool, and I felt lucky to have a place in that. Yeah.
Well, I could pivot the whole conversation to talk about the future of the MCU, but we don't need to go there today. I
also got nothing for you. I hate to tell you.
We'll talk backstage. I am wondering, though, is there a genre that you haven't done yet that you're interested in pursuing? Because, again, I feel like we just went through everything. But when you think about your future as an actor, you know, we just had Chelsea Handler saying on stage, she said she wants to get into acting. So, I don't know, maybe there's a project for you two in the future. But, again, when you think about your career, like, what kind of project are you looking to do next?
She's so awesome, by the way, and so funny. You know, it's interesting. I kind of been agnostic in that respect. Like, I just never really minded, you know, like according to like genre, there's nothing that I wouldn't like at least attempt or like wanna try. More often than not, it's like quality of the story, the kind of social application, like what audiences are going to take away from it, you know, how it's potentially going to activate conversation or even like translate to action, and that feels like, you know, of growing importance. The more I do it, but any genre, I've never done like period stuff really. I think it's because I don't feel like a real actor. I didn't do like training or Shakespeare, and I'm very dyslexic, and I don't think Shakespeare and dyslexia go hand in hand. And so like I get nervous around like cinephiles because I'm not one, and proper actors because I'm not one. So as long as I can keep skating by and dipping in and out of things without getting found out, then that's good. That's good with me.
Not a proper actor, but you've had such an amazing career and been in so many incredible films. Actually, when I posted I was interviewing you, the amount of feedback I got of people sending me the We're the Millers meme, like literally everyone being obsessed with that film in particular, was incredible. First off, I'm wondering, like, what are your thoughts about you being a meme?
It's funny. It's like no shortage of people in my own friendship group who send me, they're like, dude, I had to send it. Have you seen this? I'm like, yes, every day. And like, we live with each other. Why do you, it's really weird, the meme culture. I'm not really on social media like that, so maybe I don't really see it unless people send it to me, I guess. But I'm aware of it, and no, look, I had so much fun on that movie. And really, to be honest, I took like a bit of a break from comedy after We're the Millers, because I kind of struggled with it. Like, in a way, I found comedy quite tough. I found it like, I felt like I was purging my positive energy on set, and then I was coming home like deflated. And drama had the opposite effect, where I was purging, you know, harder emotions to contain, and then I was coming home and feeling like, you know, a weight was lifted. And Death of a Unicorn helped me fall back in love with comedy again, where like, you know, and Paul Rudd set like such a fun tone on set. You know, he's constantly joking around and is so fun to be around. Alex Schaffman, as I say, really led from the front in that regard, and yeah, I can't wait to do another comedy off the back of Death of a Unicorn. I hope I get to. Well, again, and keep Chelsea Handler in mind in this future comedy project that you guys are doing together. If she'll cast me, I'm down. Yeah. I did want to hear, like we talked about, you've had such a long career, and now we're seeing, you know, younger actors like enter the space. You mentioned Jenna Ortega's in the latest movie. I'm curious your perspective of like how you've seen the entertainment industry evolve and actors like growing in this space. Any particular like advice you would give to like younger actors these days? Again, as someone who's been in the industry for so long. Yeah, to be completely honest, it would be about like not getting despondent. And, you know, because I think part and parcel of the acting experience is like dealing with knockbacks and developing a degree of resiliency or resilience. Did I mention I'm dyslexic? You know, because I mean, shit, at least as my experience, you hear no a lot and you have to like deal with that and not get despondent. And I think we live in a time where there is a pressure placed on young people for kind of a sort of success that has to feel like instant in a way, or that they aren't worthy or they haven't achieved unless they are seen by other people to have achieved something by a certain period of time. And obviously that's textured by all kinds of different protective characteristics and whatnot, and different for every person. And certainly I've been very privileged and lucky. But yeah, just not getting despondent if it doesn't happen right away, and keep going, you know? Because I think there's a lot in the world in terms of messaging that says the opposite, that, you know, places this pressure on you to be something quickly. And it takes time, you know, like the overnight successes take, you know, a lifetime, and that's still the case, I think, more often than not. So, yeah, that's what I'd say to like younger actors. If I'm allowed to say that, and that doesn't sound pretentious from someone who still kind of looks 18 when he shaves his face. Yeah.
Well, you talked about how you do have to hear no a lot as an actor, but one yes I want to talk to you about is how you were in The Bear, which is an incredible show. You know, I was walking behind like chefs back there, and I said behind, and the only reason I know that is because of The Bear. So such an incredible film. And what I was so interested about your role in that is you were a fan of the show.
Yeah.
And that's in part how you made that happen, right? So like walk to me about that experience, because I think that's also perhaps a lesson for your like, you know, peers of like how to get yourself in your dream role, I guess.
Yeah, I literally, like, I'm a fanboy that like managed to like find his way on set. I asked to meet with Chris Storer after I saw the first season, which I just thought was extraordinary. And I was like, dude, I would love to come and just like, I joke about it. I was like, I'll come and peel a carrot in the deep background. I can be in another restaurant through the window. I just want to be in it. And he blessed me with that amazing role, and I'm so grateful for it. And it was such a sort of such a rewarding experience. It really kind of like enriched my life in so many ways. My respect for the hospitality industry, who are there, you know, even on a subconscious level, continually being like overlooked and underappreciated, keeping us fed and watered through really difficult times and continually bouncing back. And you want to talk about resilience, like look no further than the hospitality industry, you know, and it's an industry I have like so much respect for, and I feel honored to represent members of the hospitality industry. And from what I know, they appreciate behind, you know, it's better than getting hit in the face with a tray or, you know, dropping the thing that you worked on all day. So, if you walk behind a chef, I think they appreciate a behind, at least when they're at work. I think it's triggering when they're not at work.
So I did it right, thank you.
Like in the street, don't say it, you know, like it's
Well, I know you put in a lot of hard work for that role, though. Like, I was reading articles where you, like, really trained with chefs, but you loved cooking yourself. So I'm curious if you can walk us through, what did you really learn? What, like, lessons can I take away as someone who doesn't cook at all?
My gosh, I was really lucky. I got to work in 3 restaurants in London, like, briefly, but worked at a place called Black Axe Mangal, Trullo, and St. John. And then more recently for the season 2... season 3. I'm only in season 2. Sorry, I'm not even in season 1. Season 3, I got to work at Pajoli in Santa Monica, which is Dave Barron's restaurant, and then his new one, Celine, which is down the road. And it was so fun. I mean, I think the biggest thing is organization. Like, you know, when you watch chefs on TV and stuff, and they like don't make a mess, that's because it's not because of necessarily even how good they are technically and in their sort of execution of a dish or anything like that. It's more that their methodology. Yeah, methodology. I got that one first time. Methodology includes like prep. Like the success lies in being prepared, having everything laid out, mise en place. You know, being clean and tidy as you go, sort of thing. That's like changed how I cook at home. And then I say that, and then I turn around, and sometimes it looks like a grenade's gone off in my kitchen still. But yeah, trying to be organized and tidy from the jump is the biggest takeaway, I think.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that lesson. Maybe you're inspiring me to maybe pick up a knife. At Axios, we love to land on one fun thing, and obviously just chatting with you at The Bear was super fun. I know you're a big Arsenal fan.
Yes, I am.
So I know there's a draw today.
I know it's a tie.
So
I know.
can you share with the crowd why you're a big Arsenal fan and perhaps why everyone else here should be an Arsenal fan?
All right,
Quick, we only have so much time.
Recruit all of you right now. Listen, I love Arsenal. I've been an Arsenal fan since I was 9 years old. My brother kind of got hold of me, made me an Arsenal fan. And there's an amazing community, an amazing history behind the club. First queer supporter group, first club in the Premier League to have that. They have like one of the highest supporters of within the black community, you know, like very inclusive, wide-reaching, cool club, and I'm proud to be an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you. It was so
Thank
great
you.
to chat
Appreciate it.
with you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.